All right, what's up, Sag? How y'all doing, Sagittarius? Let's get into your reading for June 21st to the 27th. I already have your pre-shuffle here, and I've already clarified everything too. But we are gonna pull T cards to get some details, and we're gonna get some advice as well at the end. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. So this week, let's break it down because it was more than I expected, to be honest. But this week, the focus for you is all about a happy home, happy family. This is what you are wanting. This is what you've been thinking about. And it's like, okay, what's happening with it? It's almost like you're questioning it. But I do feel like you are getting some type of spark of motivation here. It's like getting your oomph back. I definitely feel like you were in your head about... It's like you were questioning, how do I create this happy home and happy family? If you don't have one, how do I get to it? How do I obtain it? If you do have one, it still feels like maybe it wasn't quite there. So this is you feeling motivated and getting this spark to definitely give it another go. Okay, like I'm gonna try again. 3 of Pentacles is on the bottom, so there is some type of collaboration that you are working with somebody here, whether it is business, whether it is a love partnership. No matter who or what, it is this energy of, well, I'm feeling motivated again to make my family happy. I'm going to give it another shot because I have a connection here. I have somebody that I'm working with here that's going to, you know, help me obtain this happy home and happy family. Now, I do feel like you were letting that stuckness get to you before, or kind of letting the thoughts, the negative thoughts, I'll say, kind of like have you a little doubtful. Okay, you were feeling doubtful before, I can see that, but you realize you got some clarity. So it's like I got the truth, I got a reality check. There was some type of you seeing it for what it is when it came to that 5 of Swords, that energy of giving up, that energy of feeling defeated, that energy of feeling unsupported. So there was some clarity to it, and it may have taken you a while to get to this place. It may have taken you a while to finally get an answer, to finally get to where, okay, I can, you know, change the narrative of this situation, so I can have this happy home and happy family. But I feel like you were holding yourself back from it. So maybe you were waiting on someone else to join you. Maybe you were waiting on the right time. It was something that had you blocked because you were sitting so tightly on holding on to what you already had and not wanting to release that. Maybe it was fear. But either way, the focus is happy home, happy family. And I definitely see that you were in the energy of taking another shot at it. Now, in your past, recently, you will definitely contemplating, how do I get back into my power? How do I become the boss? How do I become independent? How do I become self-sufficient? This could be about money. This could be about love. This is just the energy of being in control, being your own boss is what you will contemplate on. How do I do this? Okay. How do I take control? Also, this week, we have your energy coming out dead center. So even though all of this is going on, you keeping it cool, Sag. You keeping it cool. There's also the Lovers card here, which is Gemini energy. So Gemini may or may not be significant. Pisces is here as well, by the way. Aries is here as well, by the way. Scorpio is here, and Capricorn, just to throw it out there. But you keeping it cool, and you indecisive. You indecisive. Your heart is in 2 different places. This could be about love. This could be about staying or leaving. But even though you are undecided right now, even though you definitely have been overthinking about your decision, what decision do I make, you still keeping it cool. You keeping it cool. So it's almost like I'm not gonna let nobody see me sweat. So you probably keeping this to yourself. Whatever your mixed feelings are, you probably keeping this to yourself. But mentally, it's like it's definitely been on your mind. What do I do? What should I do when it comes to this decision I gotta make? And I must say, here is the devil showing up. So there is some toxic energy that's around you, whether this is coming from you or it's stemming from a situation you're in, or whether it's somebody else. There's a toxic energy around you this week. But what I feel like you are doing is you taking a break on it. The Hangman is here. Pisces is here. The Hangman is like, hold up, pause. You need to see something from a different angle. You need to look at the whole picture. It's something about the pause where you need to go back and reevaluate. And also, because the Hangman is a major arcana card, this is like divine intervention. So this is like destiny at play. So you may be having some toxic thoughts. You may even have a toxic connection. But at the end of the day, you taking a break to pause on it. So let's just say, for example, there is something toxic that you want to do. Well, I'm thinking about doing this. or this person has reached out to me and I know this person is toxic. It's not so much of you running straight to it. It's more of, well, I'm thinking about it, I'm contemplating on it maybe, but I'm awake. So you're not really making any moves towards the toxic energy, but it's present. You just kind of letting it sit there. But what you are doing is trying to be emotionally mature about the toxic situation. That's why I feel like you're not making any moves. That's why I feel like you're a little indecisive, because it's like, on one end, I want a happy home, happy family. I do got something here that I'm working on somebody with that's gonna, invest into my happy home and my happy family, whether that's a lover or a job that brings in more money to make your family happy. Just throwing that out there. It doesn't have to be like just love. So even though that's going on internally though, and mentally, you are still indecisive about something here. And it's something toxic about it too. But you're trying to be the bigger person. You're trying to look at it from an emotional standpoint, being emotionally mature. Well, even though I do feel this way, I shouldn't do that. Okay, it's some type of rechecking, reevaluating, like pausing, hesitation energy here with the toxic energy. And I definitely like that. I definitely like the fact that you're taking some time to step back and assess your emotions, to assess not just your emotions but other people's emotions, because how the situation will play out on all sides is what it's giving. So I like that. Now let's get some advice now that you got this going on, because y'all just like playing it cool this week, like, all right, yeah, okay, it's kind of what I'm hearing y'all say. What the hell? So do I entertain the toxic shit or not? I feel like on a spiritual level you shouldn't. That's why it's a break and a pause here. But hey, ego is coming out, and it says arrogance, having too much pride, being stubborn, and holding back on the bottom is escape. And it says avoiding, blocking, pushing away, and hiding. So somebody's trying to escape their ego. That's why that pause is here, like, hold on, let me not just dive straight into what I would normally do, or what my physical or my ego wants me to do. It's like, I'm trying to get away from being that type of person. I'm trying to avoid being arrogant. I'm trying to avoid being too prideful. So you're really looking at stuff from more of a compassionate, like I said, emotional perspective. And I like that. That's nice on you, Sag. Okay, drama is showing up and signs is showing up too. So that may be another fire sign. It may be a sign of a fire sign. There may be some signs about a fire sign. But it's like when it comes to the drama, whoever, whatever this is about, probably that toxic shit, it still feels like you are getting some type of notifications spiritually, downloads, hunches, signs to what you should do. Okay, that's going to help you. Okay. Good. Well, that's for Sag this week. Please and thank you. We got single. It says independent, freedom from attachment, and available to date, which is why we were talking about the Emperor earlier. You getting your power back. You being, being in power of your own life, like where it's headed, because you do have the option to make those decisions. So it looks like you are definitely in a energy of detachment from that. Okay, getting your freedom back to, do as you please, as it best benefits you, not in a selfish way, but as in an elevated, upgraded way. On the bottom is illuminate. Exactly. It says revealing the truth, confessions, and shedding light. So I feel like you guys are going to get some type of reality check. You're going to see something for what it is. You're going to find a way. As I said earlier, there is a way. There is an answer to how you can stand in your own independence and be free from attachments. Okay? Yeah. What else do we have going on here with Sag? Please and thank you this week. One more, y'all. And then we're going to get some advice for Sag. What else is going on with Sag this week? Please and thank you. Okay, so we got justice coming out in reverse. I had to look and see if my card. Alright, Sag. So in reverse, we have justice coming out. Upright, it says legal matters, court visits, legal papers, and divorce. But it is in reverse. So it's almost like somebody doesn't get justice. Okay, on the bottom it says lost. And it says running away, emptiness, feeling invisible, and cutting off. So you may feel like something is unfair. If we're talking about legal matters here, I'm going to be honest with you. It looks like things may not go exactly how you want them to go. So if you're saying, well, this week we closing the case, I win. That doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. There may be a continuation. It may not be over and done with. Or let's say it is over and done with and it's just you didn't win. There is some type of injustice here though. A Libra could be significant as well. And the reason you don't feel like justice is happening, so whether this is like an energetic thing, like you don't think something is fair, somebody's not treating you fair, or if it's like a physical thing like with the courts, the reason that justice isn't prevailing is because somebody doesn't know what to do. They don't know how to get their justice. They don't know how to stand up for themselves. Okay? So if this is like an energetic thing, it's like somebody feels like shit isn't fair because someone keeps like ghosting them, running away from them. They come and then they leave. Okay? If this is a legal matter, it just basically says you lost. I mean, I hate to give it to you like that, but don't forget. Now, that's very specific for somebody. It don't like you'll be on the winning side if this is like a court case. Foresight is showing up in conflict. At the end of the day, regardless of what this is about, you already kind of knew this was coming, and you know that even in your upcoming future, because it says in the future, a few days to a week, few months direction forward, you do know that there's going to be a choice that you have to make coming up here really soon. And it could be this week, it could be next week, but when you are very near, I feel it intuitive, like you are very near a point where you have to make a decision one way or the other. And it's going to be something that is about conflict. So it could be a challenging decision to make. It could be a conflict of interest, but you still have to make a decision either way it goes. All right? So know that. But yeah, that's definitely like somebody feeling lost here, and that loss and confusion leads to them feeling like, okay, this shit is not fair. Give me something else on the justice in reverse, please and thank you. What's not fair? Just one more for the hill little bit. And it's flipped in reverse too. And it says locked. And it says missing pieces, detached, locked away. My heart can't move forward. But it's in reverse. So somebody here could definitely be feeling, like I said, things are not fair because someone maybe is very attached. That locked in reverse makes me feel like someone is unlocked. So maybe somebody is getting away, like I said, coming and going. Maybe somebody feels too attached to a person here. But the first thing I got for real was that it's like some type of breakup. So somebody moves forward, somebody hates that they have to move forward. It's something of that energy where something isn't going to play out how you want it to play out, which makes you feel like this is unfair. It's almost like losing your grip, because on the bottom of that is only you. Focus on you, observing you, watching you. There's no one like you. Now, this could be happening to you, or you could be doing this to somebody else. Take it as it applies for you. But there's definitely something happening unfair here because somebody feels like they don't have somebody where they used to be. Like somebody's not focused on me anymore. I'm not no longer connecting with this person anymore. I don't know. Somebody's dismissed, quite frankly. Let's get some advice. But on the bright side of things, I do know that you are wanting a happy family, a happy life. Things to work out in your favor. And I do see on that side that there is something that you are invested in, working with somebody that is going to help you at least pour into a situation, or I don't want to say it. It's like it's going to be something that you are doing right now that is definitely going to help you have a more happy home and happy family. Okay, I can't say that, but on the other side, in the background, I definitely see that there's some indecisiveness you having. There is some toxic energy around you that you just kind of letting it sit there. You just letting it. You ain't doing nothing with it. You ain't telling it to go. You ain't removing it. You're not interacting with it. It's just there, and you trying to definitely be in a place where you don't go down the wrong path. Miracle is coming out, so Spirit wants you to know that there's a miracle happening for you this week. The yellow represents the solar plexus, which represents our ego, which represents our drive, our motivation, and the positive things. Okay, so there is some type of miracle happening for you because of something that you've done. It feels like that 3 of Pentacles. On the bottom is despondence. Despondence is where somebody is unreachable. It's like I can't, it's the opposite of response. So I don't have a response. So I feel like there is a miracle in you not responding to something this week. Okay, that's probably this toxic shit. All right. So if you stay elevated, if you stay looking at things from a broader picture instead of like zoning in on one tiny detail, letting one little thing throw you off track, you will definitely receive this miracle. Just stay up, stay focused, stay doing what you're doing, because I definitely see you on a path. You walking down a path towards something here. So no detours. All right. That's what I have for you this week, Sag. I hope this helps you. Thank you for watching. Have a good week, my loves, and I will see you later. Bye.